This block of wood can't think. It's an inanimate object. But if it could.
Hello, I'm Matt Flores, Chief Academic Officer.
And I'm Jeff Fajita, Executive Director for Curriculum Instruction. It is our pleasure to share with you some great examples of Jeffco's very own teachers working with students to transform the tasks in their classrooms. Dr. Glass has inspired and challenged us in this effort. Our Jeffco Generations vision and strategic plan are grounded in this work.
The Jeffco Generations vision states the heart of transforming education is truly about transforming student task. If we are not profoundly changing the learning activities our students experience during their class activities, we really aren't changing anything.
Our tasks must be grounded in high expectations, but they must also give students a chance to practice vital skills and concepts beyond just acquiring facts, which are easy to come by in the age of Google. Content's important, but what is more important is what a student can do with that content in a changing world, and how they use both knowledge and skills in the pursuit of their individual passion.
That all sounds well and good, and it's in line with what we believe about teaching and learning. But what would that truly look like in a classroom?
Let's see some of this work in action.
Now come choose an object. Any object. Think about our notion of time, right? When we're in something, it seems like it's forever.
Here is a great illustration of student interest and inquiry. Mr. White brings his 11th grade English students through a process that invites their own frame of reference to connect to the meaning of symbolism. He asks the students to pick an object, draw a picture, connect the two, and then replace the pronouns in the sentence with their names. When the kids saw their work as a reflection of themselves, they saw symbolism through their own eyes. Brilliant.
Thank you for having us in your class. I was fascinated by the level of engagement. As we walked into your class, you said, I'm taking a risk, we'll see how this goes. How'd it go?
Honestly, to be determined. I haven't looked at their writing yet, and I'm really interested in their conclusions. We never got to that last conclusion where we bring it around to that essential question, whether art imitates life or does life imitate art. And Oscar Wilde, in The Picture of Dorian Gray, seeks to try to flip that Aristotelian understanding of art. So that's what this exercise really tried to do. And at the very basis, I was hoping to get them to think about themselves in a different way or profoundly, right? And they get to themselves through an object. And so here we have an idea that they can have a deeper understanding of themselves if they look at life or their surroundings or even simple objects in a new way.
I can tell you the table I was working at absolutely did. And every one of them, including me, said, wow, that got really deep really quick. And when you ask the question to wrap it up, how does that connect back to who you are? Every one of the five of us said, yeah, that's true. And so I think you did a great job of getting them to think about their own perspective and connect it to a larger purpose.
Working with literature, it's always that goal, right? To have literature be that window into the soul or who they are, or who they want to be. But more technically speaking, I'm looking at using old theories and combining them with new methods and new ideas. So I took the foundation of like an old synectics inquiry model,
okay,
and kind of put it into the context of a design thinking process. And a lot of people think that it may be one or the other, but I like this idea of a synthesis, of taking the old, mixing it with new, and see what comes out.
So how did the students react?
If nothing else, they were all engaged and they were having a great time with it.
They were, and they were making the connection from, I thought your thoughtfulness of using Dali's clock picture, then connecting the whole idea of surrealism, getting it back to a simple, what might this inanimate object think or feel, and then connecting that in a different setting, modeled how surrealism plays out.
Right.
And they got it. They
Cool.
really did.
By using inquiry, student self-direction, and facilitating their learning to come to their own conclusions, Mr. White was able to transform the task at Arvada High School. This is just one more example of transforming the task with the student at the center of the learning. And how did each teacher start this work?
Well, they began small, tested some of their ideas, and then tweaked and changed them over time. We're confident we'll be seeing more examples as this important new chapter in Jeffco unfolds in the months and years to come.
And who knows, maybe we'll be highlighting your work too.